What's good, guys? What's good? What's good? It's me, your boy, Fanilakhe Mamba. You already know. We're in a building, in a building. So, before we get into this video, guys, please make sure that you like this video, you subscribe on this video, and you also drop a comment as to what you think about this video of today. I do believe this video is gonna be very, very much educational to you guys, as I know that some of you guys are still new in this industry of trading and are looking to like advance your skill. So this video is for you definitely if you are still new. Even if you're an advanced trader, you can still watch this video just to remind yourself of the skill that you acquired and how can you improve in the skill that you already have. So this video doesn't have necessarily to say it's for beginners only. Even an advanced trader can watch this video. So make sure that before you watch, guys, subscribe on this YouTube channel and like for YouTube algorithm. Because remember, guys, the time you like this video, more people get to see this video because of YouTube is gonna recommend it to other people. So the more people we empower. So let's just empower other people. Let's not eat alone, guys. Let's eat with other people. So it's best that we empower other people by just liking this video and also drop a comment, guys, as to what do you think about this video and where can I improve as a trader and as a person as well. Probably if maybe there is something that you feel like I need to improve on in terms of like my recordings of the videos and stuff like that. So without further more waste of time, let's get into into today's video. So before I do that, guys, so the platform that I use, if you feel like you want to use this trading platform that I use, which is TradingView, you can just click on the link below and register with them. The first month is for free. You're gonna get to experience the trial for free and the premium, all the packages you can experience them for free for just 1 month if you're still new on the TradingView platform. And then yeah, so going forward, you're gonna be paying the amount that is supposed to be paid on TradingView platform. But this is a very beautiful platform if you wanna like focus more on the technical and stuff like that. So it's gonna be very, very much useful and gonna be to your advantage if you sign up with TradingView and get to analyze on their platform. So yeah, if you wanna be a funded trader as well, I'm also gonna drop a link here of my forex funds. So make sure that you click on that link so that you see the packages that they offer and probably become a funded trader as well. I'm gonna drop a video reviewing my funded accounts and showing you everything, guys. It's just that sometimes I feel a bit of uncomfortable showing my accounts. Like I don't want people knowing what's my withdrawals and stuff like that. But I'm definitely gonna do a video because I've seen that you guys really need a video on updates, kind of like video on my funded accounts. So without further more waste of time, guys, let's jump into today's video. So guys, today's video is all about drawing a trend line. So the most important thing when drawing a trend line, you must have at least two touches. You heard me right. You must have at least two touches for that trend line to be valid. Once you have maybe 3 or 4 touches, then the trend line is even more nicer because the more touches you get on a trend line, the stronger it gets. So as you can see, guys, that here we have I'm just gonna put this trend line straight like this. So guys, we have this trend line here, and then what we have, guys, we have price pushing to the downside here. Just gonna forgive me. And then we have price. Okay, let me just use this tool. Let me see if I can get it here. Not bus 13, I think it's this one. Yeah, we have price pushing to the downside here. Get that push, and then we have our first touch of what of a trend line here, and then price pulls back again. Remember, guys, market is not gonna just move on straight to tap, and then we have another second touch, and then we have a third touch, and then we start to see price breaking and pushing to the downside. So one thing that I want you guys to like pay attention to here, guys, is that you can clearly see when price is approaching our third touch. Okay, guys, let me just first start here. We can see that we do have a nice first touch here, and we do have a nice second touch here. And here, guys, we have our third touch here. So one thing that you can see, okay, let me just draw okay, I want to draw a support trend line. so that you guys don't get to be confused. Okay, guys, so you can see that we have some sort of like an expanding channel here. So you can see that we have a nice we have a nice first touch here, we have a nice second touch here, and then once price comes to our third touch, guys, I want you to focus more on our third touch, because that is where we execute our trading entries. So you can see, guys, that we want to see the market slowing down in terms of what, in terms of momentum, so that we know that okay, the momentum to the downside is now, to the upside I mean, is now slowing down, and then probably we might now get opportunities to do what, to execute to the upside, to the downside, opposite of what, of the direction. And then you can see that we can sometimes get the break of the trend line. Why are we getting the break of the trend line? So that people can be like, okay, price is breaking above, and then they look forward, they look for for buying opportunities, those breakout traders, and then what happens, the market just reverse and takes them out. So you can clearly see now, guys, that we do have what, we do have our ascending type of pattern here inside this what, inside this pattern. And then you can see that we do have a minor trend line here that we do have. If I can just zoom in a bit, you can see that we do have this minor trend line here, which gives us first touch, second touch. So once we do have a first touch of the trend line, and then we have a second touch of the trend line, then that is a valid trend line for us to be able to execute on. As you can see, at our third touch, this is where we're going to be looking forward to execute on our position. So a valid trend line, guys, a trend line is only valid once we get to have two touches on it. Then we know that okay, that is now a valid trend. And once we see price coming to our third touch, then that is when we most likely to experience a trading opportunity to either direction. It doesn't really matter. But once we have our third touch, then we can experience price giving us those what opportunities to like execute a position on the market. So I'm just gonna remove everything, guys, because remember, as much as guys we analyzing here, we still have to go like to real chart so that I can show you guys what is that I'm talking about. So guys, going to our real chart here, guys, pretty much simple. I'm just gonna take on my replay button here. Let's put it somewhere here. Okay, I think it's fine here. We can use this example as well, still fine. Doesn't really matter. All right, guys. So I'm just gonna use this example and then maybe come to this one as well. Maybe two examples is gonna be enough for you guys to understand what I'm talking about here. So, guys, things first. We have to have two touches on the trend line. So you can start, we have this area here, which could be a possible trend line, our first trend line, and then this area could be our second trend line. And then at this point in time, now we're now looking forward for shorting opportunities to the downside, because we already have what? We already have three touches on these areas here. So what I'm gonna do, guys, now I'm gonna draw my first trend line. Uh, Yeah, so you can clearly see, guys, that now we have first touch here, we have nice first touch here, and then we have second touch here of our trend line. Then this is a valid trend line. Then this is a valid trade now that you can be now looking forward for selling opportunities on our what, on our third touch to the downside. But then again, we still need to see price decelerating before we execute our position. But then again, today's video is not about entries and stuff like that. It's all about you drawing a trend line like a pro. So you guys can clearly see that we do have our support trend line as well, which you can see that we do have our support trend line. This is some sort of like a rising wedge. If you can see, this is some sort of like a rising wedge, but kind of like a horizontal rising wedge, as you can see. So guys, now that we have our third touch here, guys, then what we look out for, we want to see this, guys. We want to see this pattern, guys, here. As you can see, the price is pushing to the upside, but with this you can see that price push to the upside, pulls back, push to the upside, pulls back, push to the upside, pulls back. So you can clearly see that we are creating what, some sort of like what, an ascending type of pattern. So you already know that this pattern is a reversal, and we are approaching our third touch. So this gives us even more confidence to say, okay, now price is slowing down, and then now we can execute maybe positions to the downside, because of now price is now giving us something that we can use to our advantage. At least you must have at least three conferences on the position before you can look to do what, to capitalize on that position. So coming to this, if I can just play, I do believe, guys, you did see that. So if I can just play price after touching here, creating some sort of like a resistance, it start to do what, start to bleed to the downside. But then, yeah, that's definitely not the case of today. The case is us being able to draw our trend line. So guys, it's not gonna be a perfect a kind of like scenario whereby you get those three trend lines and then touches maybe in the trend line and then price start to rocket to either upside or downward direction. Sometimes it doesn't really play out like that. So you have to be able to evolve and adjust with the current market conditions. So you can clearly see, guys, that in this case, we do have first touch here, and then we do have second touch, but we didn't come for a third touch. But instead, what did we do? We created some sort of like what? A horizontal ray or some sort of like a resistance here, and then we started to see what? We started to see price pushing to the downside. But once we see that we have first touch and then we have second touch here, we have our second touch here, then this is now a valid trend line for us to be looking forward for those selling opportunities. But then in this case, we were going to be entering some sort of like sales here because of you can see that price reacted in these areas, tried to break above and then rejected and couldn't break above. So we might be looking forward for selling opportunities. And then just in case price do decide to come to tap into these areas for a third touch, then we put our stop loss just a little bit more above these areas, and then you can target maybe 5% on the position. For me, I always make sure that I target 3% on the position. So this for me was gonna be even more perfect because of like I always target 1:3 on a position. So this is how you draw a trend line like a pro, guys. So you can learn from this video and then go and back test this. Don't just jump into the chart and start trading off of using your real money off of this information that I just gave you. You have to go back to your charts and backtest and find valid information that you can use to your advantage and then become a better and the best trader that you can ever be and scale up your accounts and stuff like that. So thank you so much, guys, for staying and tuning into this YouTube video. I hope you guys are now aware of how to draw a trend line like a pro. So please make sure that before you close or before this video ends, like this video, subscribe, and share with your friends, guys. I'm saying this again, share this video with your friends. Don't be at the top alone, guys. Invite your friends and family to the top as well. Thank you so much. It's me, your boy Fanilakhe Mamba. I'm out. Let there be peace in the Middle East. Let our brothers and sisters be safe.